Okay, well, welcome to this evening's presentation. My name is Dylan Hastings. We'll get started here, folks, in just another minute or so. But glad to have you on the new member orientation. If this is your first time ever on a webinar with Ingresso Cybernetico, I want to welcome you. We're very excited, obviously, to share some information with you this evening that's really going to be helpful in helping you getting your business started off correctly. So with that, we will get started here in just another moment. If you would please let me know that you can see the screen and that you can hear me loud and clear, that would be great. Just type in yes in the chat box there for me to your right, and we again will get kicked off here in just another moment. Folks, also, if you'd love to share, we love to see where you're calling in from, so feel free to obviously share that information with us. We'd love to see where you're calling in from. We've got people from all around the world that obviously tune into these webinars on a weekly basis. So very, very excited to have you here again. And we'll kick us off here in just another minute. Again, folks, I want to welcome you to this evening's presentation for the new member orientation. Depending on where you are tuning in from around the world, it may be this morning, it may be this afternoon, it may be this evening. So we want to welcome you. Thank you again for taking some time out of your schedule to look at this information. We're very excited, obviously, to share it with you to help you get your business off to a great start. So, all right, great. We're seeing some people from all around the world. So great to have you here. And let's see, very, very excited. Okay, well, let's go ahead and kick us off here. I don't want to wait too long to keep all of you that did show up here on time. I want to make sure, obviously, that we don't keep you waiting too long here. So let's go ahead and talk about the new member orientation. Now, folks, it's very, very important, obviously, that there's some key things that you can do to really get started within your business. There's some key things that you can do to really kind of kick off your Ingresso Cybernetico business and really get the results you're looking for very, very quickly. But there's some other things too that you need to identify, that you need to make sure that are in place when you're building a business on the internet or offline for that matter. And we're going to cover some things with you tonight that you probably have already heard. In some cases you may have already seen. But we think it's very important, obviously, to cover this information again, because these truly are the keys to success when it comes to building really any business on the internet or offline for that matter. So first thing I want to cover is I want to talk about some of the steps to success. You see 1 through 4 on your screen here, and really the first one is very, very important, and that is, have you identified your why? Have you identified the reason it is that you're doing this business? Because what I'll tell you, folks, and at least from my experience and all the experience of those that have either come before me or that are coming after me, it really is very, very important that you understand why you're doing a business. It doesn't matter if it's Ingresso Cybernetico or if it's another business, or maybe you own a business outside of our industry, right? It's very important that if you have a bad day, you have some ups and downs within your business. There's always peaks and valleys within any business. They always go up and down. Sales go up, sales go down. And it's very important that when you have those downs, that you have a way basically to keep you motivated to continue to do the activities in which you may not see immediate results, but those same activities done over and over and over again will produce results for you over a long period. What happens is most people give up within those tough times, and here's what I want to tell you. I know that you're taking time out of your schedule tonight. You're showing that you're committed to the Ingresso Cybernetico business. But here's what I want to tell you. You got to make sure that you have that strong why. Make sure it's written down for you. Okay. Make sure that you've identified it and that you have it somewhere where you see it on a regular basis. So I do want to encourage you to take some notes this evening, because some of these notes that you're going to take, along with the 90-day game action plan that I'm going to talk about here in just a minute, you're going to want to have these things written down so that you can not only hold yourself accountable, but you can really track your results over the next 90 days to, of course, the a strong why. I think we've established that part of it. Just make sure you have it written down, and of course, that's the building block to your success as you continue to move forward. Now, step two is really having a 90-day game action or 90-day action plan. Now, what I really want to make sure that people understand here is that we're not telling you to stop after 90 days, because that by no means is the message here. What we're here to tell you, though, is that you have a 30-day blueprint in place, which we're going to talk about in just a minute, but you also have something that you need to get started really off on the right foot. The first 90 days within your business is crucial, because what happens within the first 90 days? Well, most people either they make money or they don't make money, and it could be for their, it could be for the lack of not building a business, it could be for the lack of commitment, it could be that you maybe were on fire and you made all kinds of money, but most people, what happens is they typically quit a business within the first 90 days. So here's what I want to do, is I want to make sure that you have a 90-day game plan written down, and that you're really going to hold yourself accountable for that, okay? Because remember, folks, we're entrepreneurs. We're not working for anybody else besides ourselves, so we don't have somebody there to slap our hand, to write us up for being late, for not producing results. We are our own boss, and that's what's so phenomenal about being an entrepreneur, is that you are basically accountable for everything that you do, and there's no limitation as to what you can achieve as an entrepreneur. So again, just make sure you have a 90-day game plan in place. The best way to do this, folks, is to start from the 90-day mark and work your way backwards. What I mean by that is basically take a 90-day goal that you want to have in your mind. Let's say it's $10,000, $20,000, whatever it may be. It could be a number, or it could be the amount of people you want to bring into your business, right? What you want to do is you want to identify that 90-day plan, and then you basically want to split it into 3 months, because you got 30 days within each month. There's 90 days divided by 3. And then, of course, you got 4 weeks within each month, so divided by 4. And then that gives you at least a weekly goal that you can work from. Some people love to break it down into, maybe some people just work a 5-day work week. Some people may divide it by 7, whatever it may be. But you can break it down into bite-sized goals. And here's what I'm going to tell you from experience, is that if you have a goal of making $25,000 with Ingresso Cybernetico over the next 90 days, here's what I want to tell you. It's definitely attainable. It's achievable. There's been a lot of people that have done it. And most people that have done it have had a clear action plan for them to get to those next steps, and that is really what I'm telling you to do tonight. Figure out your business centers, figure out what it's going to take for you to get to that goal as quickly as you possibly can. We've had people achieve their financial goals actually within less than 90 days, and that is absolutely possible with Ingresso Cybernetico. There's really no limitations with IC. You basically put your ideas there, you work hard, and you can achieve whatever it is that you want to do financially here with this company. So again, 90 days, make sure you have that written down, and hold yourself accountable on a weekly basis, on a daily basis when it comes to hitting those goals, because if it comes to 90 days and you didn't follow through on your goals, well, guess what's going to happen after 90 days? You may not see any results, and and again, as an entrepreneur, the only people we can't blame our upline, we can't blame the people above them, and we can't blame our downline. The only person we can really blame truly for the lack of results is the person that we look at it in the mirror on a daily basis. So, and that's sometimes tough for a lot of us, but that is the realistic expectation of it, and we want you guys to all achieve. So again, put your 90-day game action plan in place, and you'll be happy with the results over the next 90 days if you work hard. So. Step number 3, stay connected with your active upline. Folks, I can't tell you how many times, this is really the key word here, but a lot of people, and what I meant by how many times has people brought you into a business, and then the next thing you know, they're pitching you on another business, or what's happening is their focus is drawn off to something else, right? Here's what I'll tell you, and I've been in this over the last 3 years for whatever reason. It seems like that's been the trend within some of the niches within our markets. And here's what I'm going to tell you. If you just apply yourself and focus on any business, Ingresso Cybernetico just happens to be a phenomenal, incredible business opportunity that you can literally achieve any goal you want to, and we need the products that Ingresso Cybernetico offers. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Dial in, stay focused, over the next year or so with Ingresso Cybernetico, or until you achieve, the financial goal that you're looking for. And there's nothing wrong with having additional streams of income. But, as Dwayne says, is that it's not a secondary income stream for you if you're not making money with the first income stream. So it's just very important that you stay focused, stay connected until you achieve the results you're looking for. And then, of course, our products are available, folks, for you to build any business. any business, whether you're in a business currently, and Ingresso Cybernetico is that company that provides you the products and tools necessary, what you're going to find is that they're both. Ingresso Cybernetico is an incredible business opportunity, and we provide value and the products. So, but getting back to the active upline, staying connected, we know that most people either are brought into a company, and a lot of times what happens is your sponsor will drop out or they go inactive. Okay. Now we don't want you to feel like you're out there alone, swimming in a big pond with a bunch of people. I mean, this is a true community of networkers. It's a true community of entrepreneurs, and that's what really is also incredible about Ingresso Cybernetico. We're not just a company. We're not just a business opportunity. This company truly is about connections, about friendships, about family, and about community, and that's really brings a lot of us together. I'm here to do the presentations, but I'm also a member of Ingresso Cybernetico just like yourself. So it's very important to stay connected with somebody. Now, if your active upline has gone inactive, maybe they're no longer in the business, and you know that you can't reach out to them for support, reach out to our live support agent over there on Ingresso Cybernetico and ask them to connect you with somebody in your upline that you can stay actively connected with over the time in which you're building your Ingresso Cybernetico business. Don't be afraid to do that, because the company would rather you have somebody connected within your upline as opposed to obviously people in other cross-line and things like that may not be helping you because there's not necessarily a vested interest, which again, we are a community, so we're here to help you regardless, but you never know if you ever run into somebody like that. So the company or your upline really should be reaching out to you anyways over a period of time so that you know specifically who it is. But if not, again, reach out to somebody in support over there on the live support center over in IngressoCybernetico.com. Don't submit a support ticket. Just speak with somebody in the live chat, and they will do their best to connect you with somebody in your active upline. So that's very, very important. All right, now here's a question for you. For all of you that are on the presentation, okay, my question is and we're about ready to actually, no, well, actually, hold on just a minute. We're actually, I'm going to ask you this question. Have you started the 30-day blueprint? Okay, and I want to make sure, obviously, that and folks, you can actually question right there on the screen if you want. Here's what I want to tell you though, is that if you haven't started the 30-day blueprint, okay, it's free in your back office. It comes with your Ingresso Cybernetico business. But here's what I want to tell you: if you haven't plugged into that yet, Dwayne himself spent a lot of time on this, and it's a lot of information that he's obviously is giving folks for free. It's included with your business, and it really kind of gives you the first 30 days of steps to success within the Ingresso Cybernetico business. It really helps you not only with personal development, but ways in which you can build your business that you're gonna see results. So here's what I want to tell you: if you haven't started, okay, with the 30-day blueprint, you definitely want to get plugged into that as quickly as possible. Folks, the most successful people here at Ingresso Cybernetico have gone through that 30-day blueprint over and over and over again. And although the information may never change, which it does periodically, it does get updated, but if that information does not change for whatever reason, it's still valuable to continue to go through that and refresh your memory. And here's the biggest key to that: make sure you're implementing the things that Dwayne is teaching you on the 30-day blueprint. Okay, because if you're just watching the videos and you don't do what's on the 30-day blueprint, you're not going to see the results in which are typical for those that actually are following the instruction, and so on and so forth. So again, it's basically an action plan for the first 90 days, or I'm sorry, for the first 30 days to get your business jump started, and then of course you've got your 90-day game plan in action to really help you, carry that forward 90 days and beyond. All right, now let's talk about number 5, logging into your back office on a daily basis. Now here's what's important about that. It's not just about the fact that, and for all of you that may not know this already, you actually, every time you log into your back office on a daily basis, the company has a contest each and every month, and there's some incredible money that's available for you to earn through the different contests, whether you're a new member or you're team building, whatever it may be. And here's what I'm about to tell you: is you want to pay attention to those contests over the next few months, over the time in which you're here, because they have some incredible contests that come up that are available for you to take advantage of. Okay, so what I want you to do though is remember that every time you log into your back office, the company gives you 1 point towards that contest. So each and every day that you log into your back office, if you log into your back office 5 times within one day, the company gives you 1 point. I just want to make sure people know that. But it's important that you log into your back office on a daily basis. Here's why: not just because of the point, but because you need to be able to stay in constant contact with the people within your downline if you want to be very, very successful with Ingresso Cybernetico. And the reason for that is because people have a hard time sometimes of staying focused. Now, we do weekly calls to make sure that obviously we keep people focused, we keep people trained, we show them how to use the products. We do many different things there for you to continue to be successful, and obviously to keep people plugged into the system and what we're doing. But it's very important that you also stay plugged in with the people within your downline, even if you didn't bring them in. Just people that are in your downline, reach out to them, welcome them to the team, do whatever you can to be supportive, because folks, here's what I'm about to tell you is that being available for people within your downline means that obviously you're becoming a leader, or maybe you already are a leader within the industry, and it's very important that the most successful teams here are those that constantly stay connected as a community, as a team, and are plugged into these weekly calls. I can tell you, doing these calls for the last almost year now, here's what I'm going to tell you is that every single call that's on, I see the same people every single week. And of course we see new people like yourselves that are new to Ingresso Cybernetico. We see your names. I know we can't reach out to you and communicate, but here's what I'm about to tell you is that we are community, and we recognize each and every person that comes on these calls. We recognize where you're from. We do connect with you a lot of times on social media. It's just very important that you stay connected with people within the business. Step number 6, business center strategy. Here's a big one. Now this is actually very easy to understand, but it's a very big concept when it comes to, a lot of people ask this question all the time. What's the best ways to build your Ingresso Cybernetico business? Here's what I'm about to tell you is that, I keep saying that. Here's what I'm going to tell you, right, is the fact that the business center strategy is just as important to joining the business itself. And what I mean by that is there's no right or wrong way in building your business at Ingresso Cybernetico. There's no right or wrong way in starting your business here at IC. There's many people that start at the $50 business center and work their way up to the $3,500 business center, the $7,500 business center, as high as they want to go. What we find sometimes happen, though, is people sometimes are constantly focused on just the $50 business center because they find that they're more comfortable talking to people about just the $50 business center. We want you to break that habit, because what's very important, and some of you are not guilty of this, some of you are guilty of this, but what's important is that you allow people to make a decision for themselves. Don't ever make a decision, a preset decision for somebody if you're introducing them to the company. Because what you'll find is that they'll take the road in which you usually will recommend. A lot of people will ask you in this business or in any business within this industry, where did you come in at? What did you start at? So here's what I want to tell you. Get to the highest business center you possibly can the fastest, okay? Because the more business centers you own, you understand that the more leverage you have and the more money you can make a lot faster, okay? And when people ask you, what business center are you at right now, you can feel confident, obviously, in telling them that, hey, I'm at the 500, the 300, the 100, and the 50. I recommend that's the way you come in, because now you not only can leverage one business center for profit, but you can also leverage 4 business centers, and not only about the business center and the profit, but you can also take advantage of the incredible tool suite of products that you get with those 4 business centers. And we have people coming in at higher levels than that all at the same time. It just really depends on your comfort level. But now that you're part of Ingresso Cybernetico and you really are plugged in and you understand that this company is not just here and gone tomorrow, this company has been around for many years, and the company is developing additional products and enhancing the products that they have. Folks, all I'm going to tell you is that the future is so bright with Ingresso Cybernetico. You just need to be plugged in, stay focused, and have that strategy to get to the highest business center you possibly can the fastest, because you will maximize the compensation plan for yourself and for your team members as you continue to duplicate that, okay? So again, there's no right or wrong way. We're not telling you that if you came in at the $50 business center, that's a bad thing. What we're here to tell you is that if you want to maximize the compensation plan, go for as high as you possibly can as quickly, or as quick as possible. So if you complete that $50 business center, make sure you take that $100, buy into the $100 business center. When you complete that, buy into the $300, and continue to do that. Although you're not putting money necessarily right in your pocket in the very beginning, here's what I'll tell you. From experience in the corporate, coming from the corporate, arena, most businesses out there that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to start, which we have the convenience, obviously, of starting our business for less than a few $100s, don't you typically see profits for the first 3 years. So we're not telling you to just go in and buy each business center without having some type of gratification, because you're actually making money, but you're reinvesting it in your business. And the reason you're doing that is because here's the leverage in that, is that you continue to invest in your business, you continue to buy business centers, which are really profit centers for you, and additional products. So you continue to do that, and here's what happens over the next maybe 3, 6, 9 months. All of a sudden, you may not have made a ton of money that you've put in your pocket, but you have made a ton of money that you've reinvested in the business. Now what happens is you're leveraging 5, 6, 7, or 5 or 6 business centers all at the same time, and the money just starts flowing. And that's where a lot of the most successful people find their quickest success, long-term success with Ingresso Cybernetico. And folks, you know that the business centers are only one way to earn income with Ingresso Cybernetico. So that's not the only way, but that's a really good way in which we tell you, continue to reinvest in your business so that it will pay you more over a long period of time. All right, number 7, this is a biggie. Finding an accountability partner. Somebody told me this years ago, and I thought they were crazy, and I never really listened to them. And I'll tell you, the first 3 years of being in this industry, I've been in the industry now 11 years, close to 11 years, and here's what I'm going to tell you. I learned after about the first 3 years of being in this business and not listening to anybody, thinking I was going to do it my own way, it didn't work. And it's because a lot of it was the mindset I had as a successful person in corporate America. I thought that I could do the same things that got me to see success within corporate America that I could do here. And here's what I'll tell you is that you're an employee when you work for somebody in corporate America. You're your own boss and your own entrepreneur. Obviously, you're an entrepreneur when you're working for yourself, and a lot of times it's very hard to find ways to hold, to lift you up, and to obviously give you a pat on the back when you're doing a great job. You don't hear that a lot of times, especially when we're behind a computer a lot and we're marketing on the internet. We're not connected with a lot of people a lot of times. We're not going to hotel meetings. We're here online and we're behind the scenes. And of course, it's important to have an accountability partner, somebody that can, give you a pat on the back, can tell you you're doing a great job, at all times when you're working the business, but at the same time too, that can hold you accountable for the things that in which you're doing to grow your business. Maybe you're lacking in what I want to say, in enthusiasm, or maybe not enthusiasm, but maybe you're having a down week or something. Somebody told you that you're crazy for doing this business, right? Which we have people do that all the time. Quite honestly, if once you get really confident, you look at those people and you say, you know what, I'm not the one that's crazy, But here's what I'm going to tell you is that it's important to have an accountability partner, somebody that you can share ideas with, somebody that can hold you accountable for the results in which you're trying to achieve on a weekly basis. And a lot of times, folks, it's good to have somebody that's not in the same business as you. And it doesn't matter, really. I just outside of your sponsor or somebody outside of your upline within your current company or Ingresso Cybernetico, because those people are great people to kind of fire ideas back and forth about. They don't have any vested interest in whatever you're doing. They're just in the same industry as you, and they share the same ideas and the same momentum or the same enthusiasm as you. And I'll tell you, it's very beneficial to bounce things off of other people all the time. I do it all the time now. I listen to people, whether you've had success or you've had failures or whatever it may be within this industry. If you stay persistent and consistent at it, you're going to have success over time. And somebody told me that a long time ago, and it's very true. You can learn from everybody within this industry. So don't ever find yourself not listening to somebody that's had as much success as you, because you can learn from everybody in our industry. And then, folks, the last thing I want to mention real quick before we close this out is focusing only on money-making activities. I don't know about you guys, but you know, what I found myself doing when I would put down goals and results, or results I wanted to achieve, what I found myself doing is saying, okay, I'm going to go post you know, 5 things on Facebook today. I'm going to make 5 new interactions and 5 relationships. You know, I'm going to establish 5 new relationships. Blah blah blah. And what I found myself doing is, and I hate this about social media, is the fact that you would get on social media, and what happens is within the first 3 minutes you get distracted because somebody posted something on the news feed, and then an hour and a half goes by that you wanted to dedicate to your business, and you find that you're creeping along people's news feeds and you're not doing the things in which you wanted to do for your business. So here's what I'm here to tell you, is not to stay on social media, because social media is very powerful when it comes to marketing and establishing relationships, but focus only on the money-making activities for a short period of time, okay? So I'll allocate a certain amount of time within your day to focus on money-making activities. Have a clear cut, you know, whatever it is that you're trying to do today, and make sure that you accomplish that before you jump into something else, because what will happen is you will get so distracted through social media, and you will end up an hour, 2, 3 hours later, and you're going to be like, oh, well, I guess I didn't do that today. I'll do it tomorrow. Well, remember, you got your 90-day game plan. If you're going to keep up with that, you need to do the activities that may not produce results today, but will produce results for you over time. So that's really a very, very important key as well. So, folks, I do want to thank you so much for attending this evening. We will open it up for some questions. If you have any questions whatsoever, please type them in the chat box. If we don't get to your questions, just understand that we will get back to you through email and answer those questions for you. But I'll go ahead and take questions now if you have any, and if not, we'll go ahead and close it out for the evening. Again, folks, if you have any questions whatsoever, I'm here to answer them for you. This is your time to ask the questions, if you have any, or something that you're uncertain with. And of course, if for whatever reason we don't answer them for you today, we will get back to you with the answers to your questions through email. Okay? But again, I want to thank everybody so much for taking the time out of your schedule to attend the new member orientation. And we're excited, obviously, to see you on another webinar here shortly with Ingresso Cybernetico. All right, well, I do not see any questions, so you guys are quiet this afternoon and this evening, so don't worry about it. Again, if you have questions, you can still type them in the chat box. And, of course, again, we will get back to you with those answers to the questions as quickly as we possibly can over the next 24 hours. So thanks again so much for your participation this afternoon, this evening, and have a great afternoon and evening.